Hey fam, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, buckle up because around here we grow, we glow, and we do it with a little bit of intentionality. My name is Carol the author, and I'm here to help you elevate your mindset, protect your peace, and help you to step into your power unapologetically. So let's get into today's video. If you have been feeling drained, you've been feeling overwhelmed, and you feel like you've been giving away pieces of you, this conversation is for you. We are going to be talking about boundaries, not the harsh boundaries, not the defensive boundaries, but boundaries, the soft boundaries that actually protect your peace. These boundaries help you to show up without feeling guilty. So for some time, I thought that having boundaries meant being selfish. It meant pushing people away. It meant that I'm just a loner, just living my life with these harsh rules. But then I actually have learned that boundaries are just a form of self-respect. It's just showing yourself some form of self-love, right? Self-love and self-respect. So when I say boundaries, I'm simply talking about the decisions that you make, about what you allow into your life, about what you say yes to, about places that you get into, what you respond to. It's just a decision. You pakaitika something. How do you respond to that? It's not about controlling others. It's not about pushing others away, but it's just about honoring yourself. Kungozviti, okay, this is happening, yes, but inini I don't do this. Or this is happening, people have invited. Okay, look at it like this. You have a 9 to 5, you've got weekend school, you've got a lot that is going on. And then on Saturday we are planning this, auntie. And then you're knowing clearly what you're going through and what you have to do. You'll be able to say no. This time around I cannot join you, because you are honoring yourself and you're respecting yourself. Yes, they're your friends, you're very close, but it's being able to say no without feeling guilty. Kuti manje zvandathi no vanhu, no, it's simply saying no. So you are allowed to protect your peace without having to explain yourself. A simple no is an answer. Not kungoti, not now. It's a full answer. You don't have to explain yourself. Kuti ayewa, I cannot because of this, I have to do this, I have to do that. Shikazodai. No. You should be able to say no without having to over explain yourself or even to explain yourself. So remember that the subject is having boundaries that protect your peace. Why is it important to protect your peace? So peace is fragile. Anything small can really take you out of that peaceful feeling, that peaceful atmosphere, and put you into a world that is full of noise. So protecting your peace, you see, we live in a world where life is very loud. We have heavy expectations. People are projecting a lot. If you don't choose what enters your space, then everything will. Saka, you have to be in a position where you set boundaries that protect your peace, because so much is happening, so much is going on, and if you don't have boundaries, then you'll find yourself doing everything and anything, even simba. You find yourself doing all of that, and you really don't want to be in that situation, right? And as the year is still starting, you can take this moment to actually set boundaries for what you're going to allow in this year of 2026. Boundaries, where are you going to go and where are you not going to go? Boundaries as you need to respond to, because bear in mind kuti people talk and unogona something. Let's say you have achieved something, you have achieved a milestone, but then pova paya munhu obva kuvunza question yekuti saka kana wapedza izvi, saka you need to be in a position yekuti you know how to respond to such situations, or if you are going to respond at all, because the ultimate thing you want to achieve is protecting your peace. And just because you've set these boundaries, it simply means that you are aware that there are situations that are going to happen. There are things that people are going to say. There are people who are going to come to you and say different things at different times. And these things, you're not going to trigger and want to take you out of that peaceful era that you're in. So having these boundaries will guide you to protect that peace that you are preserving so much, that peace that has been, motivating you to move forward and to just look to God and be positive about life in general. So there's very, very small things that can even disturb your peace, like having to over explain yourself, having to overcommit to people and their expectations, people pleasing and saying yes when you actually mean no. So overcommitting is, when you make yourself overly available for everything and anything. You are there. I'll do it. I'll do it. We have 5 people who have made 5 different requests, and iwewe unovati yes you might be able to actually do those things like unozvikwanisa, but do not overcommit yourself because draina iwewe, right? And people pleasing, you want to please everyone who is in your life. You feel like iwewe ndiwe unofanira kuchifadza vanhu vese. Take some time to respect yourself and to honor yourself and to protect your peace by saying no when you have to. Sometimes kuya with different things and then you say yes to them. Let's go and do this. You say yes. People are doing this and then you say yes. But and you don't want to do it. But maybe it's because they are your cousins or they are your friends. You simply can't say no to them. So to every request you have, you're saying yes. Having boundaries will guide you and it will help you to say no when you have to say no. And it will help you to say no without feeling guilty. It will help you to respond to people in an assertive way. What you're saying stands. No one is going to convince you otherwise. And because you've said no, that's okay. Because you've said yes, that's okay. You don't have to be over explaining yourself and over committing yourself. So protecting your peace means being honest with yourself, and your peace matters just as much as your productivity. I'll just share with you some boundaries that I'm actually learning to practice. The first one is I don't respond to everything immediately. Guys, mafoni edu anenge achingofoniwa, my messages anenge achingopinda. But what I'm trying to learn is protecting my peace means that I do not have to respond to everything immediately. That is simply because I don't owe anyone instant access to me. Like I don't owe everyone instant access to me. Phone back. Text responder. I'm not saying that responding instantly is bad, but depending on my situations, I'll not want to okay, you are doing something, you're in the middle of doing something, right? And then but you can't talk to them. Maybe I know varamba ring I blow up your phone. It's okay to take a moment and pause and not even call them back. Maybe what was the phone after 3 to 4 hours, because that's when you can now accommodate them, because what you're doing now is not allowing you to let things from the outside in, right? And then boundary number 2 that I'm also trying to learn, which you can also try, is I don't need to explain my no excessively. A simple no is enough, and not this time is actually a complete sentence. I am learning that my no is valid even if it's in a justification. I do not have to overly explain this is because of this and this and this. No. If I tell you that no, it's a no. I am not going to be in a position where I have to over explain why I am giving you that response that I am giving you. And then the other boundary that I'm actually trying to practice this year is resting without guilt. Woo! Guys, we work so hard in our lives. We are chasing these goals. We are going to work. We are attending to a lot of things. We unosvika pakuita burnout pipe, unosvika pakunetsa, pakufila fatigue, like body yako unonyatsonzi kuti panapa inine body yangu disconnected. This year I am not doing that. I am going to give my body the rest that it deserves, because imagine kushanda and then you feel guilty for resting. Highball, no, not this year. And I'm actually encouraging you this year to rest without feeling guilty. Yes, you have things to chase, but set aside time. Set aside time to rest. It can even be an hour. Resting doesn't mean you're sleeping or wakango shambarara and you're not you're just sleeping. No, resting could be just you taking time off what's really taking much of your time. You just sit back and you relax. Resting could be reading a book, it could be doing something that is soft, something that does not require a lot of thinking, a lot of physical activity. Just relax and enjoy your peace and enjoy yourself. So I want you to remember that rest is not a reward. Usati ndrukushana 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 ndozozorora kana achieve this. You will never rest. Rest is a requirement. You need to rest in order to be productive. Rest is just a way to reboot and revitalize yourself. Ndichazotanga ndodotanga ndamboshanda 6 months ndozozorora month rechi 7. Even God rested one on the seventh day. God rested. Okay, well, why are you not giving yourself time to rest and to reboot? You need that. So I want you to remember, I'll say it again, rest is not a reward. Rest is a requirement. Ukawana uchiri kuzviti ini rega ndishande ndozozorora kana ndaachieve at this. You need to revisit that and revise that, because you need to rest, and you need to rest without feeling guilty. Okay, take that time off, take that one day off work, just be yourself, just rest. Another boundary that I'm also trying to practice is being honest, speaking honestly and speaking calmly, right? Speaking honestly, being calm, and asking for clarity instead of making assumptions. Sometimes, auntie, people may say things and then we agree to those things simply because everyone else is agreeing, but you don't agree with that and you've got your reasons, right? I'm learning to say that out because I don't agree with that because of ABC and where I do not understand, I am asking for clarity, because sometimes we make assumptions over and it's these assumptions that will maybe destroy us, and then you have a wrong image of a certain situation or of a person, and you can even destroy my relations, it can destroy friendships. So having to ask for clarity instead of assuming, because my assumptions are not kwadza. And assumptions kill you, because my assumptions ndakoka. And then also I assumed that, like, why didn't you ask? It's okay to ask if you don't understand something. Ask for clarity if you don't understand something. It's okay to speak honestly. It's okay to be assertive when you're speaking to people. And it's okay to speak calmly. You don't have to be loud to make sense. You don't have to be harsh to make sense. You can just be as soft-spoken and still make sense. You can still be soft-spoken and be heard. So that's like also something that I'm actually practicing this year. So one thing I realized is boundaries are very, very uncomfortable and they may feel awkward at first. Because imagine yes, I'm available, and now you have to say no, not this time, or no, I can't do it, or I can't do it now, but I can do it next week or 2 weeks from here. You're not gonna feel guilty. You may feel like people will start to misunderstand you, or like you are disappointing people, especially if you feel disappoint abantu. You will feel that, but you just have to be honest with yourself and stand firm. So just because you're setting rules and you feel this discomfort, it doesn't mean that you're wrong. Discomfort is just a sign of growth knocking in, like, hey, things are changing here and they're changing for the better. So yes, it's going to get uncomfortable, but it has to be done. And so you need to trust yourself even when you're feeling uncomfortable. Yes, even when you start thinking, I'm disappointing people, trust yourself. So setting boundaries doesn't mean that you're a selfish person. It doesn't mean that you're cruel. It simply means you're becoming self-aware and you're valuing yourself and you're loving yourself, and so you're choosing what you allow into your space. You're choosing things that bring peace to you over things and when your peace is protected, right, you show up for yourself more confidently, and you're even able to show up for others. Because when you go boss, when you go feel inini panapa panapa nditori bo, and So if you're watching this and you're realizing that you need to set boundaries, or you need to set stronger boundaries, please be gentle with yourself. Usathi mewe kwenizwa ndisinama boundaries wodoto ngita chimbi. Take your time. Take your time. See what you want to achieve. See what you want in life. Who you allow into your life. Why you're going to be allowing certain people in your life and removing certain people from your life. It's a process. And so I want you to remember that setting boundaries is a practice. Boundary number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 10. No, it's a practice, and you can start small boundaries. So you can start small, one boundary at a time, one decision at a time, one honest moment at a time. After you've set your boundaries, you need to be able to stick to them. Very uncomfortable and very difficult, but you have to learn to show up for yourself. You have to learn to keep the promise. I am going to be saying no. I'm going to be saying no. If I'm not feeling it, then I'm going to say no. As we say, vibe. No, then it's okay. Stick to that. Be honest with yourself. Don't cheat yourself. Also say boundariness. Then mangwana, you're already breaking that boundary. Mangwana, that boundary is non-existent. You need to set boundaries so that they guide you and so that you protect your peace. Please. This year, as we are being soft in 2026, softness is not weakness. Remember that. As we are being soft, set boundaries to protect your peace. Boundaries are not walls. They're just principles or decisions that help you in your life. So thank you for watching, and if this video resonated so much with you, please like, subscribe, and comment. If it has also made you think of someone who might want to hear about setting boundaries, do share the videos, and I would really love to hear from you some of the boundaries that you're actually setting or that you have already set. Timboita, share in the comment section and just have a conversation on that. So until the next video, bye.